Well, welcome to Let's Talk Business with Laura Nowlin and Dr. Cobian. Dr. Cobian could not be here with us, but good morning, good afternoon, good evening, at whatever time you're watching our show. We do release them on Friday at 3 o'clock every week. On YouTube, you can catch us there. And so let me just go ahead and introduce our guest. We have Ericka Aviles with Ericka Aviles Consulting. Thank you, Ericka, for joining us.
Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and having me on with you today.
Absolutely. So why don't we start with why your consulting business? How did you get started?
Oh my goodness, you've been with me through that journey.
Yes,
I remember
have.
Since I started the business. It's been over 8.5 years ago. I'm a product of the Las Vegas community. We immigrated to Las Vegas from El Salvador at the age of 6. And that, for a long time, I thought I wanted to work in the hotel industry. A lot of my background is hospitality, tourism, and gaming. And one day I just said, I need to look into this entrepreneurship component and small business. In school, we learn a lot about identifying needs and what are the solutions for that. And one day I kept seeing this need, like we need more in the multicultural marketing space, right? How are we effectively connecting, building partnerships, building relationships in the community with such a diverse demographic that is a Latino and Hispanic community? And I just said, I have a business plan for that need. And I took a leap of faith, and here I am, 8.5 years later, feeling really good about that leap and those finding and filling those needs for our clients.
Definitely. So do you do a lot of the marketing for them? Tell us a little bit about what you actually do for your
clients.
clients.
So when we started the business, it was very much on the ground grassroots outreach, right? It was knocking on doors, tabling events, just a lot of these grassroots marketing tactics. And then it has continued to evolve throughout the years into now we work with media, right? So we work with a lot of agencies in the public relations space. So we work with clients such as College of Southern Nevada, Nevada Health Link, RTC, NDOT.
Wow, so big names, Ericka.
Infrastructure, thank you. In infrastructure, higher education, healthcare, health insurance, markets. So it really has evolved, right? As that need has evolved, so too has my services. So really it's in public relations, community outreach, as well as marketing, right? So we work or consult with on effective marketing campaigns that will resonate to our diverse audiences here in Las Vegas and throughout the state of Nevada as well.
So then who would be your ideal, client?
Our ideal client is honestly agencies, public agencies, or corporate. We work with the Las Vegas Raiders as well, who are trying to engage with the community, right? But they know that it takes time and it takes investment, and it's more than just a checkbox, right? We want to make sure that we are effectively connecting and building those relationships, right? So when we started working with the Las Vegas Raiders, right, understanding their goals and objectives, what does that look like in a long-term and short-term perspective? And that they see the value in building those relationships with the community and know that it takes time. And for me, I really pride ourselves in our firm on building win-win partnerships.
Absolutely.
And relationships, right? When I go out to, on behalf of any of our clients, it's really what can I bring of value to the community, to that stakeholder, and kind of find these matches within our clients and really that they benefit the community.
Right, because you definitely want to make sure that you are a solution to their problem and
Exactly.
not a bigger problem to their problem, because it doesn't work.
And in a time where everybody's just so busy, right? We want to come with solutions. We want to come with strong partnerships. And ultimately, they all help the community. So what is it? And really for me to understand where are their needs, right? And who can maybe potentially one of my clients or an agency, or a small business can help with, and connecting them. I call myself sometimes like a community connector. How do we connect, whether I do work with them or not? Like, for me, it's like there's opportunities for so many. Like, let's connect those entities.
Absolutely. So then do you find yourself more focusing on the Latino community, or do you also focus on other nationality communities?
Yeah, so ideally the niche when I started was within the Hispanic community,
Okay.
right? But with that has evolved, right?
Oh, nice.
We've have relationships across many communities here, and that's where we've worked with the AAPI community. We're strong partners with the Urban Chamber, with the
Right.
African diaspora, with so many that I consider really strong friends and relationships that I have valued and have worked with on so many different levels. So I think that's where, for me, it's really about connecting to the community, whether that is however, whichever ethnicity. It's like, ultimately, what is it where there is that need, and how do I find the solution for that?
What side of town are you actually working on in more of the community? Are you working with more of the north and the east side of town, south and the west, or do you find yourself in all
It's
areas?
a little bit of everything depending on the project. So right now we're just kicking off a project on Stewart Avenue, right? On the complete streets, Stewart Avenue, which is all along the east side of Las Vegas. We're working on another HOV transit study all along the 215 and the 15, right? So I think the community in Las Vegas has grown so much,
Right.
not to mention across the state, right? So with Nevada HealthLink, we're statewide. So I'm learning a lot and traveling to Northern Nevada, learning about our rural communities.
Yes.
And, finding where there is opportunities and those needs in the community.
So when you first started, you started by yourself.
I started
Right?
by
So
myself,
now tell
yes.
us a little bit about your team.
Yeah, so I started by myself. Everything was in my head,
Right.
And my right hand, Leandra Gaskill, joined me almost 4 years ago, and since then we're now up to. I'm getting ready to hire my 6th person on our
Woo-hoo.
team.
Good job.
So I'm so grateful for a strong team. I'm
Yes.
only as strong as a team that supports
Exactly.
me, right? And you're a small business owner. Several are bilingual, right? For me, it's important
Yes.
that, and they are from the Las Vegas community, right? They reflect, they grew up here, they have roots here, we understand the needs. But also have a strong business acumen, right? So we understand what it takes to run a business, and our clients, especially because we work with government entities, sports
Right.
teams, higher ed institutions, like, we got to make sure we're moving stuff along, right? So I really pride ourselves in that, right? We have our notes, our plans, our meeting, our action items, like, and clients appreciate that, right? Like, we
Of
want
course.
to be that solution for our clients, not give them necessarily more work to do. And that's where it's just, as we've been able to take on more projects, identifying where I have my capacity wise too, and bringing on that additional help, because I certainly can't do it by myself, nor I pretend to, and that's where really highlighting my team to be able to help execute on a lot of these elements.
How do you feel right now with the workforce? Like, what do you see? Do you think that we have all the talent we need here locally, or do you think, it's nice to hire locally? It really is. I love hiring locally, but there comes a point where I can't find what I'm looking for at the price that I'm able to afford to pay.
Yes.
What do you feel right now about the workforce?
Yeah, it's a new thing that I'm having to experience on my own as I've been hiring more people as well. I really feel like I have strong luck through referrals and through my network, right? Sometimes I put it out there and we've gotten some candidates, but I think people that know me, they know the business, they know our work in their community. Probably three of my hires have been through referrals, and
Okay,
they've been
good.
amazing, right? So I think that's where we just put out what I'm looking for, and I really have found these hidden gems out in our community to be able to work with me. This was the first year, though, that I hired a virtual assistant.
Okay.
Right, so I'm so proud of that component, because I just needed someone to help me manage my calendar.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's where, it's virtual. She's not based here, but all she needs to do is have access to my calendar, and we communicate through so many text, whatever that is. So that's where I'm seeing kind of where there are opportunities to also venture out and do
Right.
things maybe that you can't find here.
No, and that's not rare, because I started that. I I'm going to say about a year and a half ago is when I pulled one in from also doing virtual out of Mexico.
Yeah.
Because I kept getting a lot of recommendations of go to the Philippines, go to this other country, go to India. And I'm thinking, why not Mexico? Let me go figure this out.
Exactly.
And I was able to figure it out, right? And so, yes, virtually, she does an amazing job. She answers all my phones that come in, all the phone calls that comes in. She's just wonderful and very affordable.
Yeah, and that's like, Laura, I've learned too, right, is it's okay to ask for these types of helps. I think at first I'm like, oh, I have to do it all by myself, or, you're figuring it out, right? And for me, every day I'm learning a lesson. Every day, every project I take on, every client, I'm learning effective practices, not just for our clients, but for me as a business owner. And figuring out what it is that I liked, what worked well, what didn't work well, and continuing to evolve as a business owner as well.
Yeah, and so when you first got started, being, Latina, being a woman, did you go after trying to get any of the certifications?
Yes, I'm a huge advocate for certification programs because I've seen firsthand how many doors they've helped me open.
Yes.
And that's just getting my foot in the door, right?
Right.
We still, as business owners, have to do our work. We have to do our due diligence. It's not free contracts, right?
No, they're not free.
And I think there is that perception that sometimes like we have, right, because we have certifications, it's like, here's all these contracts. Like I work 10 times as hard, to be able to just, I have an opportunity through the DBE certification program, which I'm certified through NDOT as well, to just say, hey, I'm on the list, right? I have an opportunity, please consider me.
Definitely.
And that's how a lot of some of my repeat business, because I've been able to be on these lists and be able to put a scope or a proposal together, that now I'm looking into others, and we're working with actually MYS on the business certified program, diversity certified program, to get other businesses certified through MBE or DBE certifications as well, because these sort of programs are so vital to the success of the small business community.
Yeah, so I just finished working on an RFP that was due today before 2 o'clock, but I submitted it yesterday, but it took me weeks to write it and to just tell people, I can't talk to you right now. I really have to focus on putting together this RFP, going to Apex and saying, I need you to be my second set of eyes. What did I miss? Am I doing everything right? Or, critique me, help me, right? And so it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. You didn't get these contracts just here, Ericka, because it's Ericka. We have to compete just like everybody else out there.
And when you're a micro business or a small business, there's a lot of things that I have to look at, like how strongly do I feel about this piece of business? Because RFPs take a lot of time.
Right.
Or who can I partner with, right? I'm very huge advocate of partnership. So I'm able to support, I'm able to work and partner with bigger agencies, right? I'm able to be that extension sometimes of like on the multicultural marketing and PR that they may not have. That's where I can come in and I know how to do that, right? And they have their strengths, and we make good teams. And that's where it's been really fun for me, or just opportunities for me to say, maybe I couldn't take this on by myself, but I can partner with others, and who do I have good relationships that we can do that.
No, and I think that most, most company, corporations, government entities, when they see that you're collaborating, they like that because they're able to check more boxes, right?
Well, and that's a huge word for right now. I've been going through all these seminars and forums. Collaboration is key. Especially for small businesses. And I think our community, our electeds, our stakeholders want to see more of that. Prime contractors, for example, in the infrastructure space, partnering with subs, or through agencies and working with smaller agencies, because that's how we can get ahead as well, right? And not just as business owners, but how we open up more opportunities for the community.
No, definitely. So then when somebody partners with you, they're getting quite a bit, because you are connected with all these other organizations. Your network is huge, right? You're very well respected in our community. I mean, I've known you for years. Amazing to see you grow and shine.
Thank you.
And so I'm very proud of you. I truly am. And so we're going to go to commercial right now. We'll be right back. And then if you could tell us maybe any events that you're having, we can give out dates and times and how they can actually get involved.
I would love that. Thank you.
All right. We'll be right back.
Hello, folks. This is Mac Jackson Jr. from Vanderson Cyber Group. The problem with businesses today is that they are affected by cyber attacks from around the world, but companies are not sure of what to do. Normally, they are reactive instead of proactive. But folks, cyber attacks can affect your bottom line, and it will affect you financially, legally, and your business reputation. Here at Vanderson Cyber Group, we can help you develop a policy by training your employees on what to do if they are involved in a cyber attack and how to mitigate it and fight against it. Folks, we call it here #StayCyberWoke. And that's Vanderson Cyber Group here in Las Vegas and around the world. You can reach me, folks, at VandersonCyberGroup.com or my website, MacJacksonJr.com as well. Here locally, 702-868-0808. Give us a call today, folks. We must fight back.
Hello, this is Dr. Kovian. I am a naturopath or a doctor in natural medicine, a holistic practitioner, and I specialize in uncovering the root causes of your symptoms of health problems. How do I do that? Well, I use the electromagnetic resonance technology, same thing that CAT scan and MRI uses in the hospital. And once I know what's the root cause, through natural solutions such as teas, soups, smoothies, I'll give you the recipes for you to empower your own body's healing mechanisms so that you will heal or prevent any future health problems. You can reach me out here in Las Vegas. My number is 702-365-8000, or you can look for Balance, Salud y Vida. I have a website, I have social media, but 702-365-8000 is the best way to reach out to me. I will help you better your health, prevent any illness, increase your energy levels, reduce inflammation, pain. You will feel amazing. It will be a pleasure to serve you.
Introducing See Us Now Staffing, led by yours truly, Laura Nowlin. As the founder and president, I bring over 17 years of expertise in sourcing for talent, building winning teams of professionals, marketing, and workforce development. At See Us Now Staffing, we're not just a staffing agency. We're your strategic partner in building a winning team of professionals for your business. My passion for community service extends to connecting entrepreneurs with local resources. Recognized by the Small Business Administration as the 2022 Nevada Family-Owned Business of the Year, we're not just changing the workforce landscape, we're defining it. Welcome back to Let's Talk Business, and here I have Ericka Aviles. So thank you so much once again. I just love having you on our show today. And I wanted to see if we could share with the audience, how do they get a hold of Ericka?
Yes, we're very active on all of our social media channels at Ericka Aviles Consulting.
Okay.
I'm very active on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. And we're always highlighting our different partners, our clients, our initiatives across social. Or on my website, you can also submit a work with me, Ericka, or email me as well from my website directly, ErickaAviles.com.
Awesome. And then a phone number that they can also call?
Phone number 702-300-7670.
Great. So make sure that you reach out to Ericka. And then also let's talk a little bit about the events that right now that you're a part of, Unidos US.
Yes, it's going to be a very busy summer and so far a busy year. Unidos US, the largest Latino advocacy organization, is bringing their conference to the MGM Grand this July.
Nice.
And I love when all these big trade shows or events coming to Las Vegas are finding new ways to incorporate and give back to the community.
Yes.
So in this case, we're working on Hecho USA. It's a trade show that we're going to be allowing small businesses in the community to exhibit to over 1,500 attendees that are coming to the conference. So I'm looking for small businesses that sell purses,
Okay.
plants, artisanal items, everything pretty much except food and beverage
Okay.
that a small business trying to sell that would be appealing to these 1,500 attendees. We'd love for you to go on our website. There's no fee to exhibit, right? We just want you to be able to
nice.
come this July and exhibit it and be able to have the opportunity to sell your local goods to these attendees that are coming to the conference. That's through Unidos US, and then that's linked on our website and our socials as well.
Okay, and that's July the 15th through
July
the 17th
15th through the 17th.
at MGM.
At
Okay,
MGM Grand,
awesome.
yes.
And so are there companies that could come in that offer a service or only a product?
So from the
tangible.
product would be for the Hecho marketplace.
Okay.
But also if you're a vendor staffing, food and beverage or other things, we're going to be doing several events throughout the community.
Oh, okay.
And that's where we're looking for, if you're a different business that offers a service, make sure you get on our list for that, because we'll be working with Unidos US on who are these small businesses, printing,
Awesome.
signage,
Yeah.
things of that nature. The conference and organizers are very intentional about working with the community in that regards, which is really awesome to see.
Okay, so you're looking for small businesses, not necessarily have to be Latinos.
No,
right?
not
Okay.
necessarily have to be Latinos, just small businesses that want an opportunity to exhibit in front of these or work with
That's
us in that
great.
regard. So
Awesome. And then you said you had another event coming up, or actually certification,
yes,
MYS.
yes, I mentioned it earlier. The MYS, the Diversity Certified Program,
Okay.
they have up to 200 certifications available for small businesses that were impacted because of COVID pandemic. They have offer free technical assistance. The cost of the certification is covered, and that's the MBE or DBE program. So we really want to make sure that if you're a small business that was impacted, that you reach out to us so we can make sure to connect you and take advantage of this awesome assistance and
Oh,
the
definitely.
coverage of the certification covered. That's free potential dollars in that space and time saved, because you have that technical assistance. So we want to make sure people sign up and inquire about that.
And so with those particular certifications, the third party doing the certification, it is recognized then where? Like, does the casino industry, does the government entities, do they basically say that this third party is authorized to be able to do this type of certification?
Correct. Yes. Yes. So MYS is authorized through their partnership, and they
Okay.
are recognized through the MBE certification or DBE. They're just the institute that is managing that and getting businesses certified. But yes, that's where you have the opportunity to work with corporate, government, and just get on these lists once you get these certifications going.
Right. So for us, we were impacted by COVID, but in kind of like a different way, right? Because we actually spiked up during COVID because we were able to do logistics, right? We were able to staff for a logistic company. I went to Texas and I actually just opened up a branch out there saying, I got to figure out how I'm going to keep going because this is my bread and butter. If I go down, everybody goes down with me, right? So I did that, but basically on faith. It took me over 30 days to land an account, but I was blessed to have landed a national logistics company. Then took me to Plainfield, Indiana, then Phoenix, Arizona. Right? And so then you see my numbers and you're like, whoa, she's doing so great during COVID. Well, our job is to place people out to work. And if we're any good, which we're at a 95% conversion, that means that eventually I'm firing myself. And that's exactly what I did. So come right as we're finishing COVID, boom, I tanked.
Yeah. Oh.
I literally had to close down Phoenix, Arizona, had to close down Indiana, had to close down Texas. So sometimes people don't understand. Dude, I'm like, I feel like a startup all over again. I had to let go of all my people because I couldn't afford to, I wasn't getting orders anymore of 50, 60, 80 people that could sustain an operation. It was like 2 or 3. I'm like, who am I going to pay this way, right?
Yeah,
So
that's-
are you guys looking at that type of,
I think
yes, I
it's-
was impacted by COVID.
I think there's so many different scenarios. So I
Right,
think
yeah.
it's definitely one that needs to be explored, and I'd love to connect you with that. And that's where I think sometimes when as small businesses, we don't think like, oh, I don't qualify, I wasn't
Right.
really impacted, or, everybody has different scenarios, but I think it's worth having that conversation and connection, and that's where, contacting through your show or ourselves, like we want to make sure we're hearing that scenario and determining like
Definitely.
how you were impacted.
Right, because if you look at my gross sales, I was really high. But hey, did you know that it costed me over, $40,000 just to open up that operation?
yes.
So in all reality, it's like I lost money. I didn't make money. I just was one of those people that said, I will not roll over and play dead.
Yeah.
We've got to move product throughout the whole United States. There is no such thing as us completely closing down. You still need to get your product,
yeah.
right? We
Yes.
still need to keep the world moving, our country. And so I kind of felt like more it was a calling. This is where the Lord needed me at the time, and I was able to bless a lot of people along the way, and the people that wanted to work could work.
Yeah.
And I gave them that opportunity,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Did I make any money? No, I didn't, but I learned a lot. I learned a lot. So I'm sure that there are a lot of businesses that were impacted in the same way that I was, and not just that, I can't see no small business not being impacted from COVID, because we all were.
Exactly, yeah. And that's where make sure you take advantage. There's so many programs, whether it is this one or just other things now, as businesses. Business is a key word right now. Small
Definitely.
business
Small.
for our state. Make sure you're paying attention to what's going on. What are these programs, these opportunities, and raising your hand and at least saying, hey, I think I qualify for this, or I want to know more about this, because contracts don't fall in our laps,
No, they
right?
don't.
We
They
have
don't.
to go find and be a resource and be able to advocate for ourselves and the small business community.
Absolutely. So what's new? Anything else that you want to share with our audience? We have a couple minutes left here.
Yeah,
and so
and I think, I would love, we do a community newsletter probably
nice.
every 2 weeks. If you're a stakeholder, if you're a business, if you want to know what's going on, we really try to keep the community informed through sort of these opportunities, whether it is these conferences, certifications, public meetings, other fun stuff, right? Like, please make sure to go on our website, subscribe to the newsletter,
Right.
and that's where we really want to, keep the community informed through those ways, or following us on social media.
no, definitely. And so right now you're really focusing on Nevada. Where do you see your company in 5 years from now?
Oh my goodness, great question. And honestly, that's where I'm revising, honestly, my
Yeah.
business plan. What does my team look like? Where do I want to go?
Right.
Obviously, I'm a mom as well, right? So I think it's as my kids have also grown older, so have the priorities, right? Or shifts or volunteer opportunities. And I think that's what I'm still evaluating, this quarter. That's like, okay, what is it? What is the rest of the year? And what do the next 5 years look like? I know every day, as long as I wake up with that passion, this attitude, this grit to keep going, like I'm going to keep doing it. And that's what I love, is that I get to do this every day. I'm grateful, that I have this opportunity, and I don't want to let it go to waste, and I'm going to keep shooting for the stars.
Absolutely. Do you ever do any of the internships? Like, we have to train the workforce.
Yes, yeah.
We got to prepare them.
Actually tomorrow I'll be speaking at my Valley High School, where I went to
Yay,
school.
woo.
Valley High School, the Academy of Travel and Tourism. Big shout out to that program was impactful for me. And that's where I'm always looking for with my team to say, okay, where do we have, sometimes we need staffing or we need interns to help us with different projects. So
Right,
yes,
right.
I look at them. I look at College of Southern Nevada. I look at UNLV. I went to UNLV as well. So I really see myself in that space now, where it's how do we open up those doors. And even with my team, I have several younger people on my team to say, here's what I've learned in the past 2 decades. And it's crazy how fast 2 decades flew by.
Right.
But 2, seeing these younger team members on my team, like being able to absorb and the dots clicking and building their confidence. So really special to see that.
No, definitely. And, I'm always trying to at least bring in some 16-year-olds to 18-year-olds to just try to train them and just invest in them like someone
Yes.
invested in us, right?
Yes.
We were at some time, being mentored by
Yes.
someone else. And so it is good to see that you're
Yes.
also out there trying to mentor other youth
Yes,
to
yes.
make sure that the industry keeps going. It doesn't die down.
Yeah, mentorship is so important. It was, when you're a first generation trying to figure it out,
Right.
going to college, going to high school in corporate America. I really would not be where I am today if it wasn't for my mentors and later on my sponsors that helped me get my foot in the door into so many places. So definitely we have to pay it forward.
Definitely. And so what word of advice would you give someone out there that is thinking of maybe starting their own business as a consultant firm like you? What would advice that you would give them?
Seek resources. There's so many community programs, right? Incubator programs. Go out and see what calls out at you, right? From these opportunities. I said it in the beginning, what is that need? What is that void that you can fill, right? And how do you insert yourself in that? How do you be that solution as a small business consultant? So finding that need. And I think, knowing that it's going to take hard work, right? I've never worked as hard as I have in my life, but if you have that spark, that grit, that passion, like that's what we need, and I think there's so many people here to cheer you on in our community, and all you have to do is ask for help sometimes as well.
No, thank you. Great advice. Any other words before we go ahead and leave for the day?
No, just connect with me on social media. Thank you again for the opportunity.
Absolutely.
I'm so excited. You've been with me for so long. I look up to you, and you've been with me through this journey as well. So I'm grateful for you and the opportunity for you to be with you today.
Oh, thank you. Well, thank you so much once again, Ericka Aviles, consulting firms. Make sure that you do look her up, and we will be releasing we release every video for YouTube on Fridays at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So make sure you keep tuning in to Let's Talk Business. Have a great day.